buddy. Uh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this long time ago. Well, like shoot, this got to be like 5 years ago, man. I don't even know. I don't remember, but I made this. It's just like seeing the SHTF distractions and extractions. I've been waiting for something to show up. It's something I termed this phrase called the Screwface situation. Hey, I'm busy. Hold up. The Screwface situation. I don't know why I say it like that, because that kind of sounds more like the janitor from The Simpsons instead of the Jamaican guy from the movie. Anyway, I've seen this other documentary where this one guy said that Steven Seagal is a CIA liaison or something like that. Something to that effect. Like, basically, and he does kind of got some tag because he's had his own little police show. That's kind of like Chuck Norris, Texas Ranger, but real life situation. Anyway, it's funny in the movie because it's like I go through the movie. Look, I probably got copyright. This is where I got all my copyright strikes, was from decoding movies. I don't even talk about movies anymore out of fear they'll take down my freaking channel. I mean, I didn't say nothing like too preposterous. It's just pointing out what they're fucking saying in the damn movies, man. I mean, it's like you gotta read between the lines sometimes, but at least, hey, this is just my interpretation of your fucking flick, buddy, your art, whatever, dude. It wasn't freaking, no reason to take down my damn channel. You know what I'm freaking saying? And then, but back to the Screwface situation. It's like, dude, listen, I don't really have no ill will towards these people or anybody at all. Look, dude, we're supposed to love thy neighbor. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, look, sometimes it's like, dude, I gotta tell you something that you're probably not gonna receive it too well, because it's gonna freaking shatter your worldview and your paradigm, dude, and it's gonna wake you up a little bit. And life gets weird when you get woke up. Like, it's more real. Like, but I'm at this point now where, like, stuff doesn't faze me. But before, every little thing was like, I was all fucking freaked out. Because of the fear porn and the hype on the internet and all these freaking, and the fervor of the apocalypse and the Armageddon. Basically, you know, and it does seem like we're living in Revelations right now. Like, Revelations, freaking 1:2:1:2. Freaking one to the inhabitants of the earth. For the, the devil is freaking cast down, dog, to here with us, man. And it's like, I don't think that has happened yet, but it could have. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it. I don't really know. When I first started watching the Skywatch and the chemtrails, dude, I would see pareidolia in the sky. Things look like angels, winged beings, like medieval paintings of angelic wars. But, dude, I've seen some stuff that's so crazy that it's like, I'm not even going to tell you, because, look, you probably wouldn't believe me. You know what I'm saying? But Revelations stuff, like, look, you know what I'm saying? I can't prove it. No one else saw it with me at the same time. But, like, for instance, one day I saw the sun stand still. It was weird. Really weird moment. I thought that was the end of the world, the rapture or the apocalypse, or freaking, it felt like it was going to go down. Like, look, for a second, it was like so still. It was so bright, and it was so weird, and I couldn't get no one else to look at it. You know what I'm saying? It was weird. It was like I was there all by myself, but it was just freaking, everyone else is just robotically doing some kind of mundane thing, and they missed this thing. It went right under their freaking nose, man. It's crazy. But back to the Screwface situation. See, I was saying that basically the movie anyway, they had the symbols of the four horsemen of the apocalypse in it, and I was just saying it was kind of like it's like a retelling, dude, like basically of Revelations, and like mixed up in a political drug war kind of propaganda formatted, like looking for Boko Haram programming. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, stuff like that. I do wonder sometimes, like how much did Hollywood like put the idea in our mind, so we're already like primed for when they drop their operative, their proxy into the limelight of the public. Oh, like, oh my God, another terrorist group. Uh, uh, Lock up your women and children in another terrorist group. You know what I'm saying? And, but those Africans are no freaking joke, dude. There's this, General Butt Naked, his demonic testimony. It was on the internet. It used to be. Very interesting, man. Very spooky. If you don't know how to properly apply the full armor of God, maybe you might not want to deal with the General Butt Naked thing, because I mean, there's like spirits jumping through from the information this dude's talking about, like his voodonish, animist spirits that these remote African dudes used to like channel and conjure and all that. But that's kind of like, that's a kind of an Antichrist spirit just off Top Street, because you're trying to seek power through spirits and not through God, not through being righteous. You know what I'm saying? Not that we're really righteous, any of us, but when we obey what God needs us to do, that's counted to us as righteousness. And when we know when we should do something and we do, we make an attempt, you know what I'm saying? That's like kind of doing the right thing. And then another time when it's like, no, that's not my place, so I'm staying out of it. Look, that's being obedient in a way. And knowing the times and the seasons and the proper time and the improper time and all these sort of things. But maybe in the beginning, improper time, I was a little freaked out from the Armageddon. Like, look, dude, it's been like I've been stuck in Armageddon Groundhog's Day for a few years now. It is quite horrific, especially if you really research and you're really paying attention to all the gossip, man. I mean, this is Revelations, man, or Jesus when he says, "What shall be the signs of thy second coming?" He's like, there shall be wars and rumors of wars. Brother shall betray brother. Enemies will be that of your own house. The Willie Lynch. You know what I'm saying? The Bloods and Crips. Demo Crip. The Bloodlooking mentality. The Cowboys and Indians. The Cops and Robbers mentality. The Heglinian dialectica. You know what I'm talking about? But, Screwface situation. Anyway, this is not a new idea at all. By no means. It's kind of like even Nimrod, the first Antichrist, the world emperor. That's kind of what an Antichrist is. A person who tries to control the whole world through force. Okay? That's one form of it, I guess. That's what I can see, that recurring theme. But Nimrod, he dies, and his son takes over, but assumes his identity, so he's like an immortal now. He's lived for 400 years, but it's really, as the one man dies, he passes his corporation on to this other guy, and the dude dons the mantle of the corporation. So in a way, because you guys been switching like Zorro, switching like as the old Zorro's dying, he initiates and indoctrinates a new Zorro to take his place. Same thing with the frickin' same retelling of the Luke Skywalker Vader thing. Like Vader's all along, he's like, Luke, join me. He's trying to flip him like a double agent KGB member. Luke, join the communists, and we shall rule the world, and it'll be world peace because no one can conquer our lightsaber. You know what I'm saying? Type deal. And back to the Screwface situation. I know I keep bouncing away. Anyway, not to say Obama can't still be the Screwface situation. Because the beast receives a head wound, but it will be healed in a day. And I mean, that's the same thing. I even thought this is a type and shadow with the Muslim terrorist guy they killed, the militia member. It was like they hit him, but look, dude, it was a head wound supposedly to the beast. Which is, listen, the Muslims are an arm of the beast. They're going to be used to behead non-believers throughout the whole world. That's what the Vatican or the popes way in 1,000 years ago created them for. But I thought Obeezy was going to be Screwface. You know what I'm saying? And I thought he was going to go third term. But it still could come to pass that he could become global president. You know what I'm saying? And then he could still get the head wound. And all of a sudden, in 3 days, appear out of a freaking, out of a box in the floor. Like a stage magician. You know what I'm saying? In other words, it's like, look, I heard Obama is a clone of George Bush. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of freaking... And all the fucking presidents are related to the Queen of England. Cloning could definitely accomplish such a task. But I'm digressing to an extent. Because the clone thing, every freaking president since Hitler had lookalikes. He had like 4 lookalikes, okay? So you could patsy one of your lookalikes. You could be like, hey man, we need you to be here to do this speech today, buddy. And then look, you got your Manchurian Candidate, like Denzel on the movie, on the remake, not Frank Sinatra. Look, he's standing at the right place at the right time, and kapow! It was in The Simpsons, buddy. And basically, it's like Trump might be the freaking Screwface situation. The reason I missed it and I just assumed it was Obama because the guy in the movie was black. You know what I'm saying? And there's a beast of the earth and a beast of the sea. So, and as Antichrist is just, there's a person, a figure, but there's also a system behind it, which is like an oligarchy, plutocracy, freaking secret society, inner circle, like decision, like look, I mean, even evil is a democracy. You know what I'm saying? But they have a dictator who does all the dirty work. He's like the figurehead. He's the guy who can make those. Look, he's got to tell the public, like he made them decisions, but he didn't. A council told him to say that. Same thing with Hitler. Hitler was not this messiah at all. He was coerced and co-opted like every other race leader ever was. Every political ideology, these guys were taught and patsied into doing this stuff. Like some person fucking manipulated them, sweet talked them, and look, and these guys like played with the idea and fell in love with it. But that's all they are. They're just kind of like musings, and it's not really full, like it's not complete or really even cohesive, because it was made in such a fashion, like I just said, where it's romanticized. These are people who never lived that way, thinking like brainstorming, think tanking how to do it. But anyway, and Trump has probably got clones too. I've heard this too. That one dude said there's 2 Trumps. Like, look, he leaked it that the Screwface continues. Screwface continues. The Screwface continues. Anyway, it's like they knocking down planes that are false flags. That's like look, they're whacking the clone, and then taking the real guy to the dumb. But SHFT, SHTF, happens again. Deja vu. But the types and shadows, they're there right now. The patterns are there. They're being broadcast, telegraphed. I don't know if they're mocking the Bible and just trying to, look, fake it, but by them trying to fake it is making it, the prophecy come true as well. These things are destined to happen, and so we're supposed to watch. And there's going to be, like, there'll be telegraphs and telltales, but no, it's like, look, it's a deception, dude. So it's like, these guys are con artists, man, and it's like, it's like there's this principle when you're dealing with a fucking borderline narcissist, dude. Look, don't try to figure them out. That's the worst thing you can do. Why are you thinking like a crazy person, trying to follow a trail that leads to nowhere? Because look, they're making it up like Kaiser Sose, like the usual suspects, as they go. And no one holds them accountable, so they do whatever. So there's no freaking, there's no sense in wasting all your time and energy and getting nowhere. And actually, by you letting them know that you're on, in a way, it lets them know what to do next. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to be real stoic. And Yeah, watch out for the Screwface, which means fake assassination, basically, where they kill the clone or they shoot a hologram, like Tupac hologram, and then the guy comes back to life in 3 days, and he's a deity, fake deity.